Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Thanks for dropping by this video. So, if someone wants to achieve something in life, they need to work at it. They need to have a goal, move towards it. And what I'm starting to realize, most importantly, is they must be willing and able to face all the challenges that will arise. Ask anyone who's I've started a couple businesses, and let me tell you, there are details and challenges and setbacks and plan A, B, C, D, E, F, all sorts of. And of course, this goes with anything: a relationship, an artistic project, even a move. And and it's a bit of a cliche, but I think it's a true cliche, is that what separates the winners from the losers, and I don't like that language, winners and losers, but we'll say what separates those who achieve their goals and those who don't is those who, first of all, don't give up, but skillfully face all the challenges. I know many times in my life I've had a goal and things have gotten difficult and I've given up. And sometimes, many times, when things have been really challenging and I've stuck it through, there can be such reward, such great reward. And so, this idea, which is normally touted in sort of business and self improvement, is exactly the same for this path for faith. I learned this one the hard way. As I've shared many times, when I first started this path, I experienced many healings, many healings. Within about a 9-month period, I had 9 significant healings and a bunch of minor ones. But then some painful things happened to me in life, and I lost my faith. Or more importantly, what I realized is I didn't actually have faith. I just had openness, and then all these healings started happening. And so healing was just a fact. I didn't need to believe in God. It's like God was just showing up. But then when things didn't go the way I wanted, um, then I began to slowly realize what faith actually is. Faith is trusting God no matter what. No matter what. It's like, you know, being on a beach and you see a giant tidal wave coming, and you look around and you're not going to be able to get away from the tidal wave, like the tidal wave is going to have you, and to still have faith in that moment. Now, obviously, that's an extreme example, and yet Bruno Goerning spoke of the example of that it's absolutely possible to be out in the middle of the sea in a boat that's taking on water and not take on fear, to just stay in faith. So these are a bit extreme examples, but in our day to day, what happens, when the person doesn't call us back, or we're late, or, we miss our flight. I almost missed my flight yesterday. And that was a wonderful story that I made it and my baggage made it. But what happens when we don't make the flight and our baggage doesn't make it? Before the teachings of Bruno Goerning, I would have been like, oh, this sucks. I hate this, and fallen almost into a little mini depression, or maybe a mini rage or a mini anxiety attack. And that's what lack of faith looks like, or that's what conditional faith looks like. Like, oh, I'll believe in God as long as God is giving me exactly what I want. And the moment God doesn't, then God's no good and life is no good. Well, that's not faith. That's more like saying thank you. So what I'm starting to recognize is that faith is Trusting in God no matter what the externals look like, no matter what the internals look like, having faith even in the middle of a panic attack, knowing that we're okay and going to be okay. That's what I believe Bruno called us to and modeled for us when he lived.